I got mind control over Debo. He be like, shut the fuck up. I be quiet. But when he leave, I be talking again.
What do you make of LeBron confronting you in the aftermath of that situation?
I thought it was weak. I thought it was some bullshit.
What was up with LeBron? He was getting in your grill. What was that?
He confronted me. It's his prerogative. He didn't put his hands on me. That's all that matters.
Nigga, please.
So this week, LeBron James checked Stephen A. Smith in the middle of a game. Dante, you seen anything like that?
No, not at all. This is the first for me.
Yeah, I think it was the first for all of us. But Stephen A. Smith, he does tend to get a little reckless with the things that he says. And clearly the things that he's previously said about Bronny has gotten under LeBron James' skin. And I can't blame him.
Yeah, not at all. From what Stephen A. Smith previously said, unchecked, I can't blame him.
Yeah, this was definitely something that caught the entire sports media by surprise. No one ever thought it would come to this point where LeBron would check Stephen A. in the middle of the game. But before we get into the video, for those of you who are subscribers and you liked the video before the video even started, thank you. We appreciate you. But for those who haven't, you saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, you liked it. What are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You know you like what we're doing over here. So let's just make it official. All right. So with that being said, let's get to the video of Bron checking Stephen A. Smith.
I'm really trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be towards LeBron James. I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad.
Jesus Christ.
There it is. There's the event that shook sports media and the sports world as a whole. Okay, Dante, initially, what are your thoughts on that?
Like, as a journalist, you would think to know how to say things and know what to say. So for him to say that and come at LeBron like that and not expect anything, I think it's pretty wild. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. It is definitely wild. And Stephen A. Smith, like I said, he tends to talk reckless about players.
What haven't you done? You haven't won a championship without Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. What haven't you done? You didn't lead Oklahoma City to a title when Russell Westbrook was your teammate. When Russell Westbrook and James Harden and Serge Ibaka, when you went up against Miami more than a decade ago. You didn't win a championship when you were in Brooklyn. Here's what else you didn't do. You didn't lead when they needed you to lead.
And if you see in the middle of that, where Stephen A. Smith was talking about Bronny, pleading to LeBron James as a father, saying that Bronny is only in the NBA because LeBron is his dad, that is where Stephen A. made it personal. And I believe that is what LeBron's main motivation was. Cool, criticize his stats, criticize his numbers, criticize his game, but to plead to LeBron as a father as if you may have talked to LeBron before and express this to LeBron and then say he's only there because of his dad, Stephen A. really crossed the line there. In this upcoming video, Stephen A. is going to acknowledge that he did cross the line.
Last night at the Lakers game happened. Now I get, and people have said to me today that I'm looking pretty damn sad. I'll fess up, I am. Because something like that is not something that should make any of us comfortable. I didn't anticipate it. I don't know why I didn't anticipate it. But I'm not here to blame LeBron James. That wasn't a basketball player talking to me last night. That was a dad. He rolled up on me as a father. That's what he did. That was not a basketball player talking to me. We talk about LeBron James all the time. Practically everybody does. That's not what LeBron James does. So for him to confront me, obviously it was something that he was incredibly passionate about, put off about, and felt necessary to confront me about. And what better motivation could there be than to be protective of his son? I understand it. I respect it as a parent. I'm a father of 2 daughters. And in all honesty, I couldn't definitively tell you that if I were LeBron James, I would not have done the same thing. I would hope that I would not have. I would hope that I would have picked up the phone and called the person instead, or got arranged to see that person face to face instead, rather than walking up to me in the middle of a game. And he said, "Stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son." I said, "What? Nah, man, straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son." And I saw how furious he was. And I said, "We can talk about it later." "Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. That's my son." I said, "All right, dog. Fine." And he walked away. That's all he said. I knew what he was talking about. I've spoken about this before. Matter of fact, I heard that not many, not all, but a few players were upset at me about that. I think one player in particular was Draymond Green, who I haven't spoken to since and has no desire to speak to me primarily because of this, I suppose.
So there was Stephen A's response. So LeBron checked him as a father. So for those of you who may not know, I'm Dante Sr. He is Dante Jr. He is my son. And because of that, I think we have a very unique perspective on this. As far as if someone were to disrespect my son, talk reckless about him, as a father, I understand where LeBron James is coming from. And Stephen A understands it too. But I think the perspective as far as from potentially Bronny, right? Or Dante, your perspective as your dad checking someone who disrespected you. What are your thoughts on that particular perspective?
My thoughts really, I have 2 things about that. So
Okay.
first thing I would think is like, all right, my dad's got my back.
Sound like a real nigga to me.
You know, like family, like, you know, he's got my back. Great, cool. I didn't even ask nothing. He just did it, just like out of reaction. Now, my second thought is, do you need your dad to like handle your problems? And I'm pretty sure that's what other people are going to think, but that's not really the case at all. It's more so like, that's your dad. Like, I mean, dads are going to dad, and that's just what dads do. Like,
That is 100% true.
yeah, that's all I could really say.
I agree with that 100% because putting our father-son relationship into this, there is nothing you could do to stop me from checking somebody who said something about you, did something to you. There's nothing you could do. You can't say, "Dad, don't do it." I'm still going to do it. If I were to see that person out and this person disrespected you like Stephen A did to Bronny and LeBron, no one's going to stop that. Security, coaches, owners, nobody's going to stop that. And secondarily, with your point about, oh, does Bronny need his dad to fight his battles? I just don't think people really understand the role of a dad, or maybe they had a weak father. Well, just because LeBron checks Stephen A doesn't mean that Bronny isn't going to check Stephen A when he sees him. Doesn't mean Savannah's not going to check Stephen A. Shit, Bryce might even check Stephen A when he sees him. So, you know what I mean? This isn't just LeBron took care of it, but also what Stephen A said there regarding LeBron James, and maybe he should have called him and maybe he should have tried to reach out to him and talk to him over the phone. No, the most impactful way to do that was to approach him right at the game to let him know how serious this is. I'm not calling you on the phone. I'm not getting in touch with somebody to get in touch with you. When I see you, I'm going to check you. It's just that simple. And as you said, dads are going to dad. And Stephen A is not unfamiliar with controversies with players. He's had controversies with Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson, he and I didn't speak for a long time because he was upset at a story that I had written. He was seen partying when he was supposed to be on leave of absence because he was supposed to be with his family and stuff like that. I wrote the story thinking that I was looking out because there was so much more to tell that I would never tell. He was so angry. He wouldn't talk to me and I couldn't find him. His team arranged for he and I to meet up. And when I met with him, in about 5 to 10 minutes, I never felt smaller. He said it had nothing to do with the story. It had everything to do with that your name was on the byline. You my man. It broke my heart that it was you that wrote the story.
Very public controversy with T.O.
I'm in the streets. Max almost seems blacker than you, Stephen A. with his coming, with his commentary.
With all due respect, my brother.
I'm just saying, dog.
Wait a minute. Wait to finish.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to check you right now. You don't cross
I'm
the line.
just saying.
Time. Wait a minute.
So Stephen A tends to do this, and players don't like it.
No, you're right. And it really asks the question, like, how many times do you need to get checked? Stop pulling these kind of stunts, really.
Well, Stephen A just signed a 5-year, $100 million deal. He ain't stopping anytime soon. Right?
Right.
I think this last segment is going to bring home exactly what Stephen A and his controversies are all about.
Kwame Brown, God bless him, is a scrub. He can't handle the ball, can't post up, can't play defense, can't do anything. Kwame Brown is gone. The City of Angels, Hollywood, just should be celebrated. Throw a parade already, whether you win a championship or not. This man was a bona fide scrub. He has no game whatsoever, doesn't have the heart, the passion, or anything that comes with it. He can't play. No disrespect whatsoever, but I'm sorry, the man cannot play the game of basketball.
Stephen A, you built a career off of me. A 17, 18-year-old kid, you think you walk around like you some big tough man, and your only talent is knowing a bunch of big words and talking disrespectful to children, to teenagers.
Kwame Brown, I know what I said. I did mean it, but I didn't know it was going to be like this. And so, I wish I could do that over. I wouldn't do it. I realize how hurt he is.
That's who Stephen A is, though. Like, if you put him in his place, not socially and all that, welcome to him, grown man. Hey, trust me. I didn't put him in his place, so don't.
What do you mean, like y'all didn't?
Like when I was up for money, when I was playing for the Nets, I was up for my contract. Made a little statement, this little article, what I should be asking for, what I'm worth, this, that, and Thursday. I saw him in Puerto Rico. I walked up on him, like, nigga, I motherfucking dare you, bro. Like, you don't know me, you don't know how I grew up, man.
There we go. Stephen A's infamous controversy with Kwame Brown. Now, LeBron James was drafted in 2003. Kwame Brown was drafted in 2001, both number 1 overall picks. And I think LeBron and the rest of the NBA players and the rest of the sports public, right, viewed how Stephen A tore down Kwame Brown during his career, different teams he went to. When he went to the Lakers, he watched him tear him up constantly. And I think LeBron said, you ain't doing that shit to my son, and walked in there and checked him, because if went unchecked, he would follow Bronny's career and continuously degrade him and downgrade him at every opportunity the same way he did Kwame Brown. What do you think?
For sure. Because other than other people, criticizing Bronny and all that, but Stephen A has the biggest impact or the biggest influence in the basketball media. So for him to say something and then the rest are going to follow suit, so that could have been drastic for Bronny. So I don't blame LeBron whatsoever.
Yeah. I agree. And imagine him following Bronny the same way he followed Kwame Brown, with that same kind of energy. And as Kenyon Martin said, he walked up to Stephen A. Smith man-to-man and checked him. Now, I haven't followed Stephen A. super closely, but I don't know if I've heard Stephen A. say 10 critical words about Kenyon Martin. So shout out to LeBron, shout out to Kenyon Martin, because you just can't let somebody continuously devalue or degrade you or degrade your kid. Stephen A can derail careers. So Dante, what are your final points on this whole entire controversy?
Well, really all I gotta say is, hey, Stephen A. Smith, if Bron is willing to check you, don't think that others aren't going to be willing to check you. Someone smaller than Bron. Shit, even a rookie maybe. But Bronny, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Just do your own thing.
I'll say on the final note, from one father to another, Bron, you get mad respect for that. Arizona, we out.